The other part of meditation is basically about mindfulness. And what is mindfulness? Is the ability to be aware and present. You can't really be aware and present very well unless your mind is already pretty focused. Because also the part which is awareness is an aspect of the mind. So if the mind is very chaotic and jumping all the time, you can't really talk about awareness. But then you can have a lot of concentration without much awareness. So awareness is a separate element. And then what do we want to be aware in meditation? So to be aware in meditation is some meditations are about like analytical meditation. You think about a subject, like about death, or and you understand actually the redeeming quality of death, how important it is to do spiritual work, because everything you have in life, money, career, friends, it's all going to go away. Either you will be separate from it, or it will be separate from you. So this is a type of meditation which gives you kind of a motivation for spiritual work. This is just as an idea. So you can meditate on it, build your concentration, and take an analytical, intellectual subject, like compassion, like the importance of friendship. There can be many things. Anything that you want to understand deeper, you can make a meditation on it. And there are a lot of what it's called analytical meditations. Another type of meditation is the one that is done in Vipassana, which is a meditation on basically on the three phenomena, the characteristic of all the of all the human phenomena. All the experience that we have three characteristics by Buddhism, actually Theravada Buddhism, which is like the original Buddhism, the older Buddhism. So they claim that there is three elements that are always there in every phenomenon we experience. And the thing is that everything is impermanent. Everything is coming and going. Everything is not satisfaction. There is no satisfaction in anything. It's dukkha, it's called. Like the first is anicca, that this is dukkha, which means nothing will satisfy us. Even the most pleasurable experience will simply go away. And it will always have something lacking. And if we have a good experience, we'll be grasping into it. So when it goes, we'll suffer. And it will go eventually. And if we have bad experience, we always try to reject it. So we suffer at the moment when we have this experience. And so there is nothing which we can see in our body, mind, and even outside of the body and mind, which is really happiness. And then that there is no self. There is no one there. There is no small guys that organize everything. It's simply body, mind, and conditions, which means some feeling, emotion, thought comes, it stays and it goes, and there is no real organizer, a person that it control everything. We don't have control. When you have anger, it's simply there are conditions that the anger will arise. It stays for a while, and then it goes when it goes, when the condition stops. So it's simply a mind and body and conditions, and we don't own our feelings. They come when they come, or our emotions, or our thoughts, and they don't belong to us. They're simply thought that comes because there are conditions, and they go when they go. We can't control them. So this is insight that you develop when you do Vipassana meditation. And some people can think it sounds very depressing. Why would I want to see this in life? It will be better for me. I'll be better off if when I think about my experiences, they are happy and they are good, and I can control them, and I have a good time and it's fun. And the truth is that it's a very important insight, because this insight can take you to find a deeper truth. The first truth, the truth that most people are hanging to, or the life that most people are hanging to, that they are like something very solid. They have a solid ego, personality that controls stuff, and you can find happiness someday. Maybe not now, and nobody around is happy, but they can find some happiness or bigger happiness, even though we all know that it's all temporary and you're going to die and everything. And still people are focusing their life on temporary happiness. Well, what Vipassana meditation is striving for is a type of happiness which is everlasting, which is unconditional. And to reach this aspect of the mind, it's called sometimes nirvana, or the real nature of the mind, or the ground luminosity. It has all kinds of names, to get to the place, to this awareness of the thing beyond the thought. It's like we have this cloud, which are thought, emotions, all these things, mind object, it's sometimes called, and it's like clouds that cover the sky. And to get to the sky, the ever blue sky, which is beyond the clouds, you need first to understand the nature of the clouds and stop being attached to the clouds and focus on the clouds. And then through meditation, through awareness, you can have this insight that kind of take you beyond the clouds, to the ever beautiful, to the ever green, or to the everlasting beauty of the true nature of the mind. So this is something that is kind of a more, it's more penetrating and more, it gives you deeper insights than simply focusing your mind. So through awareness and concentration together, you can get to the level in which you have insights of things. And in Vipassana, they say that only insight can change you. Because I can show a candle to a boy and tell him this fire burns, and he can live 100 years and he will still have doubts about it. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. You can study chemistry, understand right, it's right, but still he will have doubts. But the moment he will touch the candle once, the fire, the flame once, he will understand forever, and he will not have any doubts anymore, because it will be an insight. He experiences it in itself. So meditation is not about intellectually thinking about something, but more about insight, how to directly see something, and then you don't have doubts, and you understand it really deeply. And it's true even for intellectual ideas. There's different things in contemplating or learning something intellectually than reflecting and meditating on it. And what you do in Vipassana and in other meditation forms, you reach an insight, a deep insight about something about the nature of reality. Which ultimately, in the ultimate form, which is in yoga, it calls samadhi, nirvikalpa samadhi sometimes, bhava samadhi, it has all kind of names and levels. And in Buddhism, it will be called nirvana, or seeing emptiness directly, shunyata sometimes. Depends on the tradition. It's some insight so profound, which comes from this combination of concentration and awareness. It's an insight which is so profound that can totally transform the way we perceive reality. And since what Buddha say, what Krishna say, what Moses say, what all the great mystics say, they say that what causes suffering, the real cause of suffering, is ignorance. And it doesn't mean ignorance like I didn't finish 3rd grade. It means spiritual ignorance. We perceive the entire reality in erroneous way, in wrong way. We perceive the entire reality through specific filters of our perceptions, which make us feel separated, which make us selfish, and which make us basically contract who we are and what we are, which is infinite. We are all like elements of the divine, into this feeling of being a limited human beings that identify with their body, mind, thought, and all these things which are not them, basically. We think we are something that we are not, and we think we are not what we really are. So when this ignorance is removed, everything become fine. Everything get into the right place. Everything become arranged and everything fall into places. And before that happen, it will never work. We can. It's like we have a wound with the past, and we can put many bandages and plasters and band-aids and I don't know what. But still the past will come. Doesn't matter how much the surface will look fine. There is always past underneath that will cause us suffering, this way or another way. So this is the only way is to heal the wound from the root of the wound, and this is to change this perception and see the reality beyond ignorance. And this is the goal of all meditations and probably all prayers and all spiritual paths. And Tantra and sexual Tantra, for example, even you take all the weird disciplines, spiritual disciplines from rituals for Ganesha to Jewish prayer, like the 18 prayer, it's called the standing prayer, to whatever other practices you can see which are genuine, and you see that eventually it comes to that point, to change our perception of the universe and seeing reality as it really is, Because ultimately this is the only thing that can set us free and bring us happiness.